Okay, you want to start it?
Hello, hello, hello.
Welcome back, everybody. It's been a week since you last heard our voices.
Yeah.
And today, we got another special guest, someone returning to the show. Rob, why don't you say hello to the people?
Hey, everybody.
He's back.
Yeah.
He's back.
Back better than ever, too.
Our grandma's favorite guest.
Yeah.
You know,
awesome.
Sorry, Gabe. Sorry, Juan.
Sorry about it.
And then you got us. You guys have been here
Us.
every
The same guys that have
week.
been here for the past 35 weeks.
Man.
That's
Was
awesome.
that a year? Isn't there 36 weeks in a year?
You got to be kidding me.
56 weeks in a year. Right?
You're still wrong.
Am
I
I?
think
It's 52.
Is it? I mean, I wasn't off by too much. You
I was
looked at
gonna
me
say-
like I said,
I was
like
gonna say-
150.
You weren't off by much.
I was going to say 48, so.
I knew there was a
You weren't off by much.
36 is much.
You were off by
50
16.
52.
You didn't know
Or
DeMarco
56.
takes a couple months off in the year. He takes a few months off.
My month is 36 weeks.
Whatever. I'm DeMarco. I'm one of the hosts. You can introduce yourself.
I'm over it.
And I am Steven.
Almost
The guy
messed up your
who's-
own name right now.
Almost, yeah. Now he's mad. All right, guys. This week we are talking Doctor Strange because in a few days, what is it? This Tuesday when this comes out, so 3-4 days.
Mhm.
2 days maybe if you can catch an early screening. And Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness is coming. And it's gonna be nuts.
Let's go.
Nutso.
I think they said there's like 20 confirmed cameos.
I'm not
Or something
listening
like
to any
that.
of that because then it just becomes, oh, that wasn't a cameo. That was more of like a
Snippet.
or like that wasn't really that. You
Yeah,
know.
they just spliced in clips from
Yeah.
other movies.
Do you guys know how long this one is?
They said it's a little over 2 hours.
Yeah.
That's kind of short.
It feels like it.
That's stupid to say, right?
Yeah.
Like went from
a 2-hour movie.
yeah,
Yeah. That's kind
went
of
from
short.
an hour and a half.
Yeah.
The
like,
last
hour 15 to
It's because
like
Spider-Man was
3.
like two and a half, I think.
yeah.
Felt like
They've
3.
been kind of getting longer. I feel like Eternals was pretty long too.
Much to a lot of people's dismay,
Yeah.
unfortunately. for
Screw
whatever
you
reason.
guys.
Yeah.
That show's good.
Shang-Chi, was that long?
That was about 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. a little
Yeah,
over
I mean,
2.
they're sticking around the 2-hour mark for a lot of them.
This movie's gonna be good,
Mhm.
but I am looking forward to Thor: Love and Thunder. I know I'm getting quite
Yeah.
ahead of myself, but
Yeah, that one's.
ooh, so loud. Did you smell that?
What?
Did you guys get a whiff of that?
No.
What the hell?
Sheesh. Whoa. got me on one right now. Sheesh.
I don't know what
My bad.
the hell.
That thing was loud for a second.
Oh, now I smell it.
It was like a brief pass through.
Yeah.
Smelling a fart.
No,
No.
no, fart.
Show yourself. Who is it?
The fool said, "Show yourself."
Somebody has it over
Somebody
here.
show yourself. Hey, my bad. I didn't
Man.
mean to-
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, that's my fault.
Dad?
Hell yeah. OG, what's up?
Oh my god. There's a fly that keeps flying in my face, and I keep
Me
forgetting
too.
my hat is on.
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
keep
So you
smacking
keep
my
smacking
hat.
your brim.
Yeah, if you guys haven't realized, we're outside today.
It's a beautiful
This is
day.
the worst beginning of a show ever.
It's a
Fuck
beautiful day though.
It's
It
not
is a
bad out
beautiful
here.
day outside. And you know what? I was I was listening to our show a while back, and it's surprising how the audio still sounds pretty good. even though like we're outside.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're not on like a super busy residential or public space, I guess. But
when I was editing, I heard a lot of the planes and stuff, and
yeah,
you hear a few cars drive by.
at times, yeah.
But
That's not that bad,
bad.
considering, because like the birds are chirping. I was worried. I was most worried from my audio standpoint is like the wind.
Yeah.
Like I was worrying the wind was gonna be like too much of that.
Yeah.
But I think also because you guys have the socks over the mics.
Yeah.
That really helps a lot for the wind. And then my mic is pointed against, I think, the wind. So, yeah, you did a good job.
Hey, I'm trying.
Yeah, keep up the good work.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
So actually, I guess before we get started, Rob, what have you been up to since the last time we saw you?
Just working a lot. I think I said in the first pod I joined you guys, I work for a PAC, a Performing Arts Center. I actually work for a few of them now. Like, once I started working at one, some of the clients that would come through, either they like maybe belong to their own performance arts center and they're just renting the space, or they're not from out here and they work for a company that tours. I actually started getting a lot of job offers with people coming in to do work where we're at.
Nice.
Yeah, and I got invited to go on a tour, I think next year, going to like Pennsylvania, Texas, Washington, Florida, just doing sound, which is cool. Yeah.
Congrats.
Thank you so much, man.
Congratulations.
Thank you, guys. It's been a long time coming. Yeah. It's crazy. Like, I've been doing this for like a decade.
Yeah. I remember like right out of high school.
Mm-hmm.
That's where,
That's when I started like trying to like learn like just making beats and stuff. But I'm like so far from where I started at, cause like I was just telling my partner, it's crazy cause like I just had like I would say somewhat of a breakthrough, where like a pretty good artist like reached out and was like, I want to work, let's work, and gave me his number and everything. Like, it's crazy. But because I'm not really where I want to be from my like career standpoint, as far as like the live sound stuff, I'm like, I wasn't satisfied. I'm so sidetracked on like growing in another department that like the department I first started in and what I wanted to like succeed, the most, is like somewhat on the back burner now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just kind of had to remind myself like how long it's been and like how much progress I've made, because it's like one of those things where it doesn't, like, unless you maybe, and this is kind of like me judging my own work or people judging their own work or whatever. Like, some people need like awards, and that type of recognition, but this isn't really that business necessarily, where if you're doing a good job, you might not really even get any kind of recognition whatsoever. Like, and that's kind of, I mean, it's a good and bad thing, but also it's like, it's not the worst if you're not considered the worst,
Yeah.
Like, if you're considered the worst, then obviously you should probably find a better field for you. But yeah, it's like I don't have any platinum records or anything. I don't have music on Spotify or Tidal, like in terms of the charts, like charting artists and stuff. But I've made a lot of progress, so everything's been going pretty well for me.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny because like I've said it before, but I find myself saying it a lot. It's like, oh, how people always say, oh, what's going on? Nah, same shit as always, or same shit as last year, same as yesterday. But then it's like you look like, or you go like a year out, and then you realize that you've been saying that for the last year. And then you look back at last year, and none of the shit's the same
At all.
Sometimes you're in a better situation. Sometimes, unfortunately, it's worse.
Yeah.
But like we always say, oh, it's the same shit. But it's not the same shit. Like, every day is just like something different.
Yeah.
Like, there's even if you find yourself in a situation where it's similar to something you've gone through before, it's still different.
Yeah.
So it's literally every day is going to be different for you.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that a lot lately, because when people see me after a while or something, oh, what's new? How's it going? And I usually say nothing much, same old, whatever. but like I'm trying to teach myself to come up with like something, even if it's nothing that's going to lead to like a full conversation or anything. At least I'm doing something where I'm excited to tell people about, or if it's just something small, like, oh, I've just been taking my dog on a lot of walks, or I've been trying to lose weight or something.
Right.
At least it's something that is like I'm reminding myself that, okay, that's something that I need to keep doing because it's something that I think is going to change.
For you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just really quick, I forgot when and what it was that I read and by what source, but essentially I had read that like a lot of information gets lost in conversation, like every day from people. Like it just, not that it purposely goes through one ear and out the other, but it's hard for somebody to absorb everything that you say in a conversation unless they have like, a really good memory.
Yeah.
And so I've kind of realized that like what you were just saying about just saying something, like I think not for others but for yourself, that is so important. Because I hear myself talk a lot. I talk a lot, but like I hear myself talk a lot, right? And sometimes I'll be talking to somebody about something and I say something, not to like toot my own horn, but I feel like I say something profound or like something important for maybe not just them, but for me in particular, because I'm like explaining something that I did or how to do something. And then it's like, man, I know how to do that for real. Like, or I really went through that. So like I have, excuse me, I knew that was going to happen. I have a firsthand experience to give you.
Yeah.
And so you absorb, like, you kind of like wisen yourself up, like in that way. Or like if you're saying like, I'm trying to lose weight, or, I'm going to start running, or I've been eating better.
Yeah.
You're reaffirming that for yourself. So you're like telling yourself to keep going in a way. And you're also like giving yourself credit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like you're right, Steven, like it's not, every day is really not the same.
Yeah.
It's really not the same shit, different toilet situation.
And sometimes like at least for me, sometimes I've heard myself say stuff and didn't even realize that I like had a full grasp of what I was saying. Like
yeah.
I actually understand what I'm like, what you're going through.
Yeah.
So I have all of this to say, and it's never like, it's like, I'm sure not everybody, but I'm sure some people have grown up with parents or other people in their families or life that have like said, hey, I did this so you can't do it because you're gonna fuck up. And like obviously some people listen to it and say, oh well, he did it, he fucked up, I'm not gonna do it. But then there's other people like me, it's like, okay, well that was you, I'm gonna try it.
Yeah.
And then if I fuck up, I fuck up. But yeah, I don't know, it's just sometimes it's just funny to like have that understanding and then see where some other people were coming from when they told you not to do it, or they said, hey, well you can do whatever you want to do, but I went through this when I did that, and then this is what happened. And yeah, but oh, one more thing too. I know this is just getting
random.
This is not.
This has been the life podcast of three dudes.
Yeah, right. Though I personally think it relates to a multiversal kind of like complex.
It kind of does.
It can.
But one more thing I was gonna say is to celebrate your wins. If I know, I always see people on Twitter, Instagram, and shit like that. They're always like, "Oh, don't let anybody see what you're doing. Don't let anybody see your wins and shit like that." If you fucking win, if you're happy about it, show it off. If you're proud of it, show it off. Because like, the three of us, I can tell you right now, the three of us didn't have people on TV or in magazines that looked like us, that were celebrated for the shit that they did.
Fact.
And if we did, then it's always like hip hop artists, so and so did this.
Comedian.
Comedian. Like it's never just like this person fucking this person won
Mm-hmm.
and did it, and that's it. I don't need to know what he did before. Cool, he looks like us. He looks like my dad. He looks like my cousins. That's all I need to see.
Mm-hmm. Like a representative or reference points.
Like I don't even have like cartoons that have characters that look like us. So all I'm saying is just that if you fucking win at something, you're fucking good at something, celebrate that shit. It's not like who gives. If people don't like it, they don't like it. That's their fucking issue.
Yeah,
That's it.
I agree.
Yeah,
Fucking show that shit off. You just like Yvette. She just got a fucking house.
yeah, that's right.
Congrats.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congrats, Yvette.
I don't know if you listen to this, but yeah,
Blow the
congrats.
house up.
Fuck, which one was it?
That one.
Hell
Yeah.
Congratulations. Hey. Yeah, no, that was dope. I saw that on Instagram. I was like, that's what's up. That's what's up.
But it's like other people, like, some people just don't do it. Like, cool, if you just don't, if that's not your thing, you just don't want to post it, you don't have to post it. I'm not saying post your whole life.
Yeah, no, you don't have to be like braggadocious, but you gotta bask in the win.
If you're happy about something and you just want to say it out, like say it to the world, say it.
Say it, yeah.
Post it.
Yeah.
If people are jealous, then
they
they're
are
jealous. Let them work
if
harder.
you want to. You don't have to, but if you want to, you should. Don't feel like
because you can
you're
either
not cool or something.
look at somebody
Just do
else's
it.
success and be motivated by it, or you can be upset and jealous about it.
Right. There's only two ways to go about it.
That's it. So celebrate your shit.
Right on, Steven.
Fucking
Word.
And that's our show.
That's
See
it.
you guys later.
We have another show coming up called
See you guys
Web
next
Heads.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye. All right, so we'll get straight to it.
Let's do it.
So if you guys are going to see Multiverse of Madness this week, I think I saw this on the Marvel Instagram page, but I can't be for sure. But they have a list of things that you should watch before
you watch this.
You go to it. So the first one, Doctor Strange, the first movie, obviously. The second thing you want to watch is WandaVision.
Of course.
If you haven't, that was a great show.
It was. Elizabeth Olsen.
Yes.
Shout out.
Mm-hmm.
Watch it. Danny. The next one was the cartoon show, What If?
Yep, I loved What If. I'm
There's
on the
some
last episode of it.
There's some episodes where I just I wish they had gone with a different story.
Like which one in particular?
I think it was.
Mind you, he hasn't finished. He's one episode from finishing.
I don't think. Yeah,
Yeah,
it wasn't the last one.
I think I know what happens at the end though. I kind of got spoiled. So.
The Black Panther one was cool.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it. I just kind of wish they had gone in a different direction.
Was that if Black Panther became Star-Lord?
No.
Was that the
one
Killmonger?
Yeah, where Killmonger became.
Okay. So I have a theory with that. I'm almost sure that he's gonna become the Black Panther.
You think?
That Anthony B. Jordan, Jesus, Michael B. Jordan, yeah, like Anthony Mackie and Michael B. Jordan fused together. Nah, I think that they're gonna cast Michael B. Jordan as the Black Panther. If they don't give it to, and a lot of people think they're gonna give it to Suri, his sister.
Mm.
I don't think that. I think either they give it to Killmonger in a variation, like a variant form or something, like he comes back or something. I don't know. Or they're gonna have Okoye be like the Black Panther, because she's a great actress.
Yeah.
I don't know her name.
Yeah.
Actor, I should say. Put some respect on it. She's awesome. Like, she, like, her as an actor, she, like, every character she plays, I tend to, like, have, like, they're, like, my favorite. Like, The Walking Dead.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she was just one of my favorites, just naturally. And with the Black Panther movie, I honestly felt like Chadwick Boseman, God rest his soul, awesome dude. He did a really great job, but I think she did a really good job, and I think she kind of got overlooked a little bit, cause like, and that's why I like the Black Panther too, cause it like really shows just how how important women really are in our culture, really, like how strong they really are and how much support they give us, like not just physically like whooping ass, but also like, you know, she was there like through his like you know, love situation, like he, you know, obviously she was a aid to him in that regard, and she always had some solid advice, so it's like
she had his back.
She had his back
Like,
for
the
real,
whole way
for
through.
real. And it was
Every
like
movie they were in.
platonic. It was there was no like
Yeah,
romantic energy.
Mhm.
And that's what I love too. It's like they like most movies they make it to where even like the friend is like there's some type of energy there.
Yeah.
It's like that's not real life. It doesn't need to be like
Yeah.
that. Like she could just have his back. Like
it's kind of like Shang-Chi, where like they didn't have him and Katie
Right.
become like lovers at the end or something. They were still
it
just
doesn't
friends.
have to be that way.
Yeah.
Like she could just be solid.
Real quick, the woman's name is Denai Guerrera,
Okay.
who plays Okoye.
Shout out.
Yeah,
Yeah. Super talented.
yeah, she's great.
Yeah. I think either her or Michael B. Jordan take the mantle, personally.
Yeah, I think after What If, I feel like they might go with Michael B. Jordan, but I'd be okay with either one, really.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be and I think his name is Daniel. I don't know his last name, but he was
the guy from Get Out.
The guy from Get Out, and also from the Judah and the Black Messiah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna become the Black Panther because the way at the end of that movie he kind of gets thrown in jail. Like
Daniel Kaluuya.
Daniel Kaluuya. Yep. Shout out.
Yeah.
I was like thinking he's gonna become it like in a redemptive type of way, right? Like he kind of brought Michael B. Jordan in the mix. He didn't need to bring Killmonger around, whatever, right? But he's not coming back.
No, he's not.
He's not coming back. That's what I read. He's not coming back to the films. So it would like in my eyes, it's like the next two up would be the two actors I aforementioned.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be okay with either one of those, really. Oh, and then after What If, they recommend you watch No Way Home.
And is that the only three?
4. Doctor Strange,
WandaVision,
WandaVision,
right?
What If, and then No Way Home.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was because I don't know if you guys know the filming schedule. So before COVID happened, they were supposed to make Doctor Strange supposed to come out before No Way Home.
I did see that.
Yeah.
So it was supposed to kind of lead into. That's how all the Spider-Man villains were supposed to come in because something happened in
With
Doctor Strange, which was going to cause the problems there.
Mm-hmm.
But they had to rewrite stuff, and then Spider-Man came out before Doctor Strange. So now, even though it's called Multiverse of Madness, I heard rumors that it may not still be what is happening is not a direct relation to what happened in No Way Home.
Yeah.
So, which is kind of, I guess, confusing. Not confusing, but just kind of like, how do you make a movie called Multiverse of Madness and not, I guess, kind of reference that or like go back to that?
Yeah,
because they forgot.
But they forgot who Spider-Man was, but they didn't forget what had actually happened.
That's the thing, though, right? Like, because I don't know if they really specifically did they specifically like highlight that they didn't know that this even happened at the Statue of Liberty, or was it just like nobody remembers what happened? I know that they don't remember Peter Parker being Spider-Man, but like
because that whole spell was based on Peter Parker.
Yeah.
So I guess did they just not remember
the
Peter
whole
Parker
situation? Because the whole situation
yeah.
from like the beginning of No Way Home to the end is about him removing his identity from the public space. So if Jonah Jameson, right? J. Jonah Jameson, if he never highlights who Peter Parker, Spider-Man is Peter Parker, then did that movie really even happen?
Yeah, because I think what the spell does is it removes Peter from everybody's memory, but I think they still remember the events as just with
something
Spider-Man
happening
being there. So like they ended up at the Statue of Liberty with Spider-Man,
right?
But they don't remember Oh yeah, I was also with Peter Parker.
Right.
Her.
They just remember it was with Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So like MJ, she remembers Spider-Man being there.
Yeah.
She doesn't necessarily remember it was Peter.
Yeah.
That would actually set up a lot of their trilogy, because then she could just crush on Spider-Man, because it's like, she knows he saved her, but she doesn't know it's like him, right? Like I don't know.
I don't know if that works.
What? How the spell works?
Them just thinking that Spider-Man was there the whole time.
Why not?
Because I mean, a lot of shit happened over the course of those couple days that they were going. Like Ned and MJ were just in the lab with 3 Spider-Mans, just
like for no reason,
for the hell of it.
I mean, it could have been.
Like they just, I don't know. It's kind of like
I feel like it has to erase a lot of stuff in there.
I mean, it probably did erase some of the stuff that. I mean, it is a movie spell that we don't know exactly how it works. So it could just erase all the moments of where it's just Peter.
Right.
And then
I like to think we're in the writing chair here. Like, we could maybe.
Man, Kevin Feige was doing a retreat with a whole bunch of writers
for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
I tried to throw our names in the hat.
Hell yeah! Come on,
like, hey,
Kev.
I didn't even ask you. But I was like, hey, me and my brother ready to work.
Come on, Kev. Straight up. Come on, man.
I was like, just give us a call. We'll get over there. I don't even know where that shit's at.
Please.
Yeah, I doubt they're gonna put the address.
Yeah, nah.
Just DM me.
We're gonna be at this address. Do not show up.
Do not show up.
Just email my agent.
You'd be surprised. You might get that. Email. You never know.
I've been thinking
I'll
lately.
take an invite to the premiere of the movie, even if I have to show up like right when the movie starts and nobody's on the red carpet.
There you
anymore.
go. You're there though.
Sneak me in the back or something. Just I'll take a
Guys,
ticket.
I just want to say, everybody listening, these people, they read their DMs.
Yes.
I will be honest with you, and they have something to where you can't see that they opened it, you can't see they're online, you can't see that they read it, but if it says that it's sent, it's in their messages, and they're gonna see it.
It has been seen.
They see it. They see the DMs.
Just send it.
So just send it, or don't.
Or don't.
Yeah.
The choice is yours. But if it's business and it means money in my pocket, then send it.
Send it. You never know.
I promise you, I know how to read. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it is confusing, because the timeline does No Way Home happen before WandaVision?
Yeah, because WandaVision happens
WandaVision
pretty much right after Endgame.
Okay. So WandaVision, then No Way Home,
right?
Because Multiverse of Madness.
Because she went and took the body.
Let's give a quick rundown of
right.
everything the things to watch.
Yeah.
Okay, so Doctor Strange.
Doctor Surgeon loses his ability to perform surgery
because he got in a car accident.
Due to a car accident,
Mm-hmm.
he tries everything that he can find to heal himself until he finds technically magic.
Mm-hmm.
Becomes a sorcerer, and uses a mystic piece of time to save the universe.
Yeah.
We jump to Endgame?
Right, because then that could tie into WandaVision.
Is that the next time he shows up after his own movie?
No, he was in Infinity War.
Yeah.
He's in Infinity War. That was like I think.
Infinity War.
I think he was in Thor Ragnarok, or was Doctor Strange at the end? There was a cutscene for Ragnarok.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then
was he in Thor Ragnarok?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
that's when Thor
in the
goes
beginning,
to,
right? Because Loki gets taken, and then
okay.
Yeah, and he's like, "Where's my dad?" And then he takes him to his dad, which is crazy because like literally Doctor Strange just teleports them to the end of their world. Like, because then they go see dad. He disappears in the dust, and their sister bounces out and is like, "Yo, what's up?"
That was such a good movie.
That movie was sick, bro. That's why I can't wait for Love and Thunder, especially because they got the Guardians of the Galaxy in it. It's gonna be
the whole thing. You can tell it's gonna be funny as hell.
It's gonna be fun. I think Doctor Strange is gonna be dope. I just think it's gonna be so serious and like there's gonna be so much like game changing situations that I think Love and Thunder is gonna be like a different pace. It's gonna be like
I think
fun.
we'll get back to what you were saying in a second, going through the movies, but I think this movie might be kind of like what Avengers was, the first one. Like that next, it's like almost like it's not
Like
taking us to
everything-
phase 5, but
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of everything's culminating
yeah.
here.
The foundation.
Yeah,
You think so?
I think so. Because after that, we don't.
I feel like they've introduced a lot of stuff over these past like few movies and TV shows. Not even just with the ones involved with Doctor Strange, but like Loki, the Eternals, like all of the with like the Celestials and Kang and everything. Like, maybe it's because they're branching off. Like, and now not everything's gonna lead to one big Avengers movie, but like it'll lead to all the supernatural heroes meeting up and having their own kind of Avengers thing, and then like this will be like all the mystic characters or something.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we're going to get a lot of those more cumulative, like lead ups, but like on a smaller scale than like the Avengers.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be as big as the Avengers, the first one, but I think it's definitely leading to like an end point with the multiversal stuff for right now, because Thor is not gonna have any. I can't imagine that's gonna have anything to do with multiversal stuff.
Yeah.
I think his is gonna relate more towards the eternal side of things. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
Or just more space, and I think
Because I think Zeus is in the trailer.
Yeah.
I think not Kurt Russell. I don't because Kurt
Russell
Russell
Crowe.
played Ego. Russell Crowe. That's right. He's gonna play Zeus. But like just think about that, right? Like Athena, she's the goddess of war, right? Zeus, god of thunder, or lightning.
That movie's going.
It's gonna be like I think more celestial based type of situations. Because also the Guardians of the Galaxy, like Star-Lord's half celestial, half human. So like, really, we've already been down that route. We just didn't understand what we were consuming at first because we were so caught up in the Avengers side of things, right?
Yeah.
I think the second Guardians of the Galaxy probably highlighted the possibility of Celestials in the MCU more than people probably realized.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're saying.
No.
So yeah, we're
Endgame.
Oh yeah, Doctor Strange, Infinity War.
Oh yeah.
Endgame.
Gives up the stone to save the universe. They have the big battle. Stones are destroyed and sent back to where they came from. At that point, no more. We haven't seen Doctor Strange since Endgame. Wanda shows up in Avengers Endgame. Her and her brother, or not Endgame, Avengers Age of Ultron. Her and her brother are superpower twins. She has, at the time, it just seemed like red energy.
With
beams.
an accent.
Yeah. And then at the end of the movie, they join the Avengers. Civil War shows up. She's learning more of her abilities, but she accidentally kills a bunch of people and becomes a fugitive of the world almost, pretty much. Infinity War, she has to kill her love to save the universe, and then kills him. He gets brought back only to get killed in front of her.
Twice.
Talk
about trauma.
Then gets dusted, and then comes back and gets to see her love torn apart on a table with his pieces just dangling everywhere.
Dangling participles.
And then she puts a whole town under a spell, and that's the last we see of her.
Yeah. And then,
actually, she has kids. She creates children
Yeah.
for herself, and then they disappear, and she goes, not insane, I would say, but just she's determined to figure out where they went and how to get them back. And I think that's where we meet up with her in Doctor Strange.
Yeah. And then what if, right? We're in the
And what if, with the multiversal, we travel through different universes and see how things could have played out.
Mm-hmm.
One of those is a Doctor Strange who does not take no
for an answer. Yeah.
And his love dies in this universe, and he does everything he can to reverse that or to save her. And no matter what he does, it always happens, and he becomes this all powerful, sorcerer, and he ends up destroying his own universe in the process. And we may see something of that sort, or we may see that version of Doctor Strange in the movie.
Yeah. You think we see anybody from any of the characters from What If?
Besides Doctor Strange?
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Yeah.
Because I want to see Captain Carter.
She's going to be in it.
Yeah.
I think so.
Did you see that TV spot?
Yeah, with the shield.
Yeah.
If you slowed it down, you could see
I stopped watching
Wanda
the TV
fighting.
spots.
At this point, I'm kind of just just give me the movie.
Yeah.
TV spots, they're gonna be 30 seconds.
It's
give me some sort of taste.
Yeah. That's an old way of marketing still.
Yeah, but
I don't think they've caught up with it yet.
Yeah,
they're still trying to figure out how to do this. I think
the TV spots have been giving a lot, not everything,
almost too much, to be honest. If
that's
you know enough,
them,
if I think, and that's why I mean it's an old way of marketing. I don't think that's for us.
Yeah,
I think that's still for people who watch cable TV or network television regularly.
Probably people who don't keep up with all of it.
Yeah.
Right.
They just show them all these hot highlight spots of the movie.
Because then it's
yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
the
what's that
Illuminati,
about?
huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Ordo with dreads. Shake them things, bruh. Shake them, bruh.
And then
Sword fighting with some dreadlocks. You gonna put that 40 water on and start going dumb on Doctor Strange, bruh.
That would be dope.
Bruh, you messed up the multiverse, bruh. I gotta get active with you, bruh. On moms, bruh.
That would be great.
Bruh, you the reason why the chosen one, she ain't even around anymore, bruh. Now she said you the chosen one, bruh. Can't even take it, bruh. On mamas, bruh.
Please make that happen, somebody. Please. Please give me. I know Killmonger's from Oakland.
Yeah, right.
But please,
we gotta have somebody from the town for real.
If you don't actually do this, then please just give us a Bay Area.
Somebody, bro.
And please, I promise you, if you do that, make the actor somebody from the Bay Area.
For real.
Please, I swear it would be good.
You guys would make so much revenue, in our area alone, for real.
I saw how the rest of America bit off of the hyphy movement.
Word.
In 2005, 2006, back then. You give us a Bay Area superhero, and you make the actor from here,
man,
and you let him talk like he's from here.
Yeah, bruh. Oh, mom, bruh.
To the moon.
On everything.
To the moon.
To the moon, like Elon says. Yeah. And then you gotta have Tom Holland and Zendaya in that movie because she's from the Bay.
See,
that thing would go crazy.
You gotta make it happen. Kevin Feige.
Come on, dude.
I'm ready to work, man.
James Gunn. I know, I don't know, man. I hope you come back to the MCU after Guardians 3.
Please, somebody.
For real.
And then, the last movie was No Way Home.
Oh yeah, No Way Home. Spider-Man. Peter Parker is now known to everybody as Spider-Man. So his life gets twisted, turned upside down. He goes to Doctor Strange to get a spell to have everyone forget, and then he messes it up, causes all this multiversal disruption, and then at the end, people forget Peter Parker Spider-Man, and Doctor Strange has somewhat patched the multiverse.
Yeah, and possibly not the greatest patch job he's ever done, but he closed it off. Right. And then I do have a bit of an issue with Peter Parker in that movie.
Why?
Only because he didn't have to wish that everybody just forgot that he was Spider-Man. He could have just said, "Can you just go, make it so J. Jonah Jameson never did
outed
that?
Me,
or that he never got that information."
Yeah, or he could have just been like, I want people to forget that I'm Spider-Man, and then just go tell everyone that you want to know, hey, Ned, I'm also Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Hey, Aunt May, I'm also Spider-Man. Hey, MJ, I'm also Spider-Man. There. That's it.
I mean, I get it after reading the comics so much. Like, he just doesn't want people close to him to know because
No,
it could
they
put
could
them
die.
in danger
Mm-hmm.
if they. But I also, when people say that, like, it's like, how are these villains gonna know who knows who you are?
Yeah.
Like,
If
if you just don't tell me who you are, cool. But if you do tell me, and then Sandman comes to kill you next week, how does he know that I know who you are?
Right. I guess it just goes with them being so poised to like destroy Spider-Man that like when they know who he is and they see him around whoever he's around, they just
Yeah.
want to, you know.
But that's not going to stop a bit. Like, whether I know or not, like, if you're a villain or if you're a hero, and
I
then
could be a villain.
a
Either
villain,
one.
Yeah.
a villain finds out who you are and then
Right.
comes after me, whether I know you're this hero or not,
Yeah.
doesn't change the fact that this villain's going to come after me. You know?
Yeah. No, I get you. I think it's more like the loved ones, right? Like, not that you're not loved by me, but like, pause. But like, I mean, like Ned obviously being the best friend, Aunt May, and then like MJ, like those are the people that usually get the worst of it when it or back or to another story, I guess Harry Osborn, like the friends always kind of deal with the most. So I think it's not so much the world, it was mainly about those people. And so like just a highlight for I think the character of Peter Parker, it would be nice if like he could live a normal life, like a double life, and the world doesn't know. But he knows that he can't necessarily just tell them who, like MJ and Ned being them that I'm speaking about, he can't tell them who he is right now because it's just too hot, it's too dangerous. But I hear what you're saying because eventually they're gonna find out.
Yeah.
Right?
And in the, like, I told you, but I'm still watching every animated show, every animated Marvel show there is right now. And so I just finished Spider-Man, the 1981 one, and Aunt May gets kidnapped like 3 or 4 times throughout the show.
Mm-hmm.
And it's only because Spider-Man, or it's because Peter Parker takes pictures of Spider-Man, and they know that they're close. The villains know that Spider-Man and Peter Parker are close.
They don't know
So
that they're the same.
they
but
continue to just go after
Peter
Aunt May
Parker. Yeah.
because they're like, well, if those two are friends, he's gonna help his friend's aunt if
So
she's in danger.
it's all about like I'm starting to notice with a lot of like these arcs and the character arcs, like it's like about prevention, right? But like just like the What If series, it's like they're trying to prevent the inevitable. No matter what, like your story is gonna happen, but like to make it interesting, or just like I guess the human error of people, or just humanity in general, like you know, if you know your tires it's losing air, we'll try to like either get it fixed right then and there, or we'll stretch it as long as we can before the inevitable, which is it's gonna go flat, happens, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like the same thing for, I think, Peter Parker. It's like, you know, obviously in this one he lost his aunt, so like he knows what it's like to lose someone now. Spoiler alert, sorry. Sorry about it. But, you know, he knows what it's like to lose somebody, for real. So now he doesn't want to deal with that again, but the reality is he is. So like, you know, he's trying to prevent the inevitable. It's all just like preventing the inevitable almost, like like you're going in loops, but like, you know,
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. Or it already happened for him, so hopefully he doesn't lose his MJ, you know, because he lost Aunt May and Uncle Ben.
Yeah.
Right? And I've only remembered a Spider-Man with like at least his aunt. And eventually she, you know, might go away, but that's like off of age, right? But
Except
like,
for the video game.
Right.
Oh yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like it's like,
Yeah.
that the Peter Parkers in every variance, like they have to lose someone. Even in the Spider-Verse, like Spider-Gwen lost her was it Peter Parker? She lost her Peter Parker, who was just her partner. Like they all lose someone, you know what I mean? So another thing also I was gonna say with No Way Home, I think you were talking about like not liking this Peter Parker. I kind of like, I really love, obviously, like I'm in like arts, right? So like with actors, I try to like analyze them kind of and like try to like read between their emotions, or like I really feel like they kind of like perhaps like ran them thin in terms of like what Sony was doing. Like and this is like the production houses, like their beefs. Like it's not the actors, but like obviously like whatever direction the production housing they're going in, like that could change the script. If the script changes, the actors might not like how it's changed, so they got to get with the writers and the direction, and they got to kind of like, they're just trying to make with what they have do, right? And so like yeah, I feel like some of the choices were, I don't want to say they were forced, but like they were just doing the best that they could with what they have in the writing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And in my defense, I do like this Peter Parker that we have now.
He's the most,
I
think he's the most Peter Parker.
He's probably my most favorite out of the three. I just didn't like the and it's a comic, it's a movie.
Yeah.
So
Right.
had he made the decision to just say, I wish J. Jonah Jameson didn't say that, or he never got that information, then
But
it's
he's
a 5-minute movie.
He's like 19, 18.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Another thing about like, I think this actor, Tom Holland, is dope. Is like I saw some article or read like an interview or something. He was saying like he would like to play Peter Parker, like have a movie where he plays just Peter Parker. And I know that sounds probably like boring as hell to most people who are into like comics and like action movies, but like when an actor says that they want to play a character and like not just their like the dope side of the character, like they want to like go into like the character, right, of like Peter Parker, like that means that person is really trying to be the best Peter Parker, not necessarily the best Spider-Man, but the best, like the relatable side to which everybody can relay to is Peter Parker. Like we can't fucking web sling, you know what I mean? We can't, we don't have those strengths, but some of the moral issues or some of the mental strengths that he has to like grow into, or like the calluses that he has to grow into, like I think that says a lot in terms of the actor, because it's like, oh, you really want to play this like the character for real. It's not so much about the,
I'd watch it.
you know what I mean? I might too, to be honest with you, because it's like it's a different approach. Even if they did a series, like they did like a 4-episode series like they're doing kind of with Moon Knight, like if they just did a series on Peter Parker. They are, right?
Yeah.
Like it's the high school one or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's like before when
Before
he
he
just
met
gets
Tony?
Yeah, but when he just gets his powers, so
Right, because they skimmed over all that,
Yeah.
like, which was fucked up. But
well, I mean, it made sense why they skimmed over all of it, because
They had no
we had already
choice.
seen it 2 times before.
Right, but they also didn't have a choice, bro. Like from what I understand is that like with Civil War, that was like supposed to be a one-time situation, and then they kind of like they extended it because of how good he did and whatever, right? And so they were limited with what they could tell as far as like what I understand. I think that was that Homecoming, the first one?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I just wish Sony would stop fucking up the other movies that they make.
dude, it's greed.
Well, we'll get into that
Yeah,
one.
Yeah.
we're
Different
an hour
episode.
in.
Yeah. It's my fault, sorry.
No,
I'm
it's all right.
long-winded.
I was gonna say, yeah. I mean, I'm excited for this movie. Doctor Strange isn't one of my favorite characters, so I'm not excited that I get to see more Doctor Strange. I'm more excited because I do love like the concept of multiverses and variants, and just seeing characters that we already know and love, just kind of in different versions of them and seeing how they differ.
Yeah.
So I know we're gonna get. I think they said we're supposed to get like 3 or 4 different versions of Doctor Strange.
That's what I saw too.
Which I think I've seen in like promo art, which is like we're gonna get the main MCU Doctor Strange.
Right.
We're getting Strange Supreme.
That's the What If Strange, right?
No, this one he's like the Sorcerer Supreme in this.
Oh, okay.
He's like the
he is
head.
he is the man. Yeah.
And then there's the Defender Strange.
Which that's the guy who that's Benedict Cumberbatch with the Steven Seagal vibes.
Yeah, with the
yeah
the back hair.
Benedict, dude, you coming with the heat, bro. I see you, dude. I
And
see you,
then
bruv.
That in like the trailers, there's like a zombie version.
Yeah, that thing looked
that could
many.
be any one of those versions. Maybe dies during the movie or something.
Can I just say also, bro? I think that like, and I'm worried about this because like I seen some of the trailer spots, the TV spots. So that scene where there's like, you know, the evil or the zombie Strange, right? Yeah. Like there was a clip where it showed like Wong under like at the bottom of the mountain looking up at him. I'm hoping, bro, and this really could happen. I'm hoping that like some of these cameos and some of these like multiversal variants are not just like that. Like somebody passing through portals.
I feel like I've told that
you know what I'm
to him before that I feel like
it's not going to be special
like it's quick.
It's just like
quick. Like oh boom, I just fell out of this portal and it's like
that's
there's
what
zombies.
I don't want to happen.
That's what I think is gonna happen.
Like don't do all this shit just to show me a 10-second clip.
Yeah.
If a 5-second clip of somebody just floating past the
like
screen.
Deadpool, right?
Yeah.
Like the second Deadpool when he's at the was it the second one? It's the second one, right? Yeah, and he like he goes into the
different like universes and stuff. And
well, he goes into the mansion where the mutants learn from Professor X, his school, right?
Yeah.
And he like goes through the wrong door. He looks through the wrong door, and it's like it's the X-Men from Days of Future Past in the door, and then they like close it. It was like a 5-second clip.
Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I pray they don't do that here, but I have a feeling they might.
I mean, at least for some of them.
It's only a 2-hour movie. Like you can't
that's
spend
what I'm
a lot
saying.
of time on
a
lot of these.
You gotta pay attention
especially
to
when you have a whole new character that's gonna America Chavez is here now,
and it looks like she has a chunk of the screen.
Yeah,
from what I've seen through trailers, like she's in it. So and also Kate Palmer, right? Doctor Strange's love interest. Her variant's in it.
Yeah. Is she gonna be the night nurse in this?
It looks like it.
I think she's some sort like some variant of it because she is wearing a doctor's like coat when they're at the. I think Doctor Strange and Wanda are like in like glass like cells, and you can see her like in the corner wearing like a jacket. But I mean, there's so many storylines crossing. It's like we're getting Wanda's storyline continuing. We're getting Doctor Strange, and Wanda's. I mean, technically, I guess it is a multiverse because I guess she's going to other universes to look for her kids. But like, I don't know. I'm interested to see, is she going to be the villain? Because we haven't gotten like a formal. This person's playing the villain of the movie, or like, we haven't gotten anything like that. Typically, we'd get some sort of announcement that this person is going to play the villain in the movie. Or
I think that Doctor Strange, Evil Strange, is the main villain. To be honest, because like obviously the TV spots will fuck everything up, but Mordo's like, and this was in the real trailer too. I think he's like, you obviously knew this day was gonna come, that you were the biggest danger to the multiverse or something, and that doesn't necessarily mean that it's MCU Strange. It's a variant of you that he could be talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Also, I think there is an evil Wanda, but she's a variant. So the one we are watching, like the Strange and Wanda, I believe are good. And I think she probably will have the most iffy storyline in this movie because of WandaVision, obviously, and because of the mystery of what her intentions are, I think. We know a little bit more about Doctor Strange than we know about Wanda. But I think that they're going to play on that for as long as they can throughout the plot of the movie. Like, is she good? Is she bad?
Yeah.
And then she's gonna have a breakthrough and save some stuff, and she's the good Wanda. Boom, back on the Avengers. But I don't think that the bad Wanda will go away, or I don't think that a decision made in this movie will not help with her villains in the future. Cause like they're gonna make a series based on I forget her name, but the villain from WandaVision.
The House of Harkness.
Yeah, right. So that has to tie in somehow. She has to come back some way. So my only assumption is that this movie is going to lead to that for her, right? And answer some things for Doctor Strange, but also I feel like they're just playing off of like you versus you type of energy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's something else too that it bothers me because I don't want to spoil anything for you because I'll watch what I say. But a lot of people think.
No, go ahead. It's okay, bro.
A lot of people think that the evil Strange that's showing up in the trailers is the one from
What If?
What If?
Yeah.
But in What If, he has sort of a redemption arc, right?
Right,
so
right.
Why
the
would
last
he
episode,
all of a sudden
right?
just become this evil Strange? That he in the trailer that looks like an evil Strange,
Right? Yeah.
But it doesn't necessarily look like the What If version of Strange.
I'm assuming that's because he hasn't gotten that far. And if
he got pretty far leading up to all that.
In What If?
In What If?
But remember, I'm thinking that these are like potential. Like if my idea of it being like him being the villain, also, if that's not true, then is it just a quick snippet of us seeing the What If Strange? Then it's like it doesn't even matter. Like we just went through there and we're done. Like we didn't even see where he's gonna end up, though we know where he ends up, right? Because also like I know that the What If character is in this movie, right? Or it seems like it. It seems like a lot of elements of What If are in this movie. We haven't seen the Watcher. We haven't had any. That dude has to pop up, and I've seen like that actor. He's on some upcoming MCU projects. So yeah, it might be Ultron, bro. You never know. Like we don't know what this could lead to. Like we don't know where they're gonna take that.
At this point, anything could happen in this movie because the multiverse is just infinite possibilities. So they can go as crazy as they want with bringing in any
I hope they do.
Any of the characters.
I really hope they do. Because we're kind of at a, like, I don't want to say we're at a stalemate, but like Steven was just saying, like, they're not really gearing, it doesn't seem like they're gearing up for like the Avengers level, like, movie, right? But if they did that with all these different possibilities, like, you could have like 3 Avengers movies, really, like, and all be like around saving their multiverse or their world, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Depending on, like, especially if you add the Fox X-Men involved, you bring in the Fantastic Four, like.
Speaking of that, do you guys think this movie is going to be the entrance for some of the Fox characters to come in? We already know the Fantastic Four are already getting their own movie.
Yeah.
Which is probably most likely going to be tied more to like Ant-Man and like the science side of things. So
that'd be really cool.
With Wanda being so related to the X-Men in the comic books and everyone wanting to know when mutants are going to show up and a supposed leader of a certain group of mutants is in the trailer, or we think he is.
That would suck if he's not, dude. That would really be.
They brought him in just for the trailer, and
he's like not even in it. That would be cool.
Or
what if they just have Patrick Stewart just do the voiceover?
That's what I was thinking.
And it's like somebody else.
Yeah. Or if they have like James McAvoy or something. They have James McAvoy with Patrick Stewart's voice or something.
If they bring James McAvoy, I'm gonna be pissed.
He's good.
I don't want him.
You don't like him?
I like him as an actor.
Yeah.
But I don't want his
Professor X.
But yeah, do you guys think this will be a movie where they introduce some of these characters, or do you think we're gonna get that more later on in like
I think
different movies?
I think this movie's gonna lay the egg for it. I don't know if they'll be in the movie, but I think it'll lay the egg for them to come in.
Yeah, I think it's like a soft opening for a Mr. Fantastic or a Professor X to be introduced in the MCU. Not like Fox, but like obviously we're in a multiversal movie, so anybody that's even just average consumer of this, if the narrative is like, oh, there's multiple Stranges, multiple Wandas, then when they see like the Fox characters, they should be already thinking probably by then in the movie, like, oh, where's the Professor X in the MCU? Where's the you know what I mean? So and so from the MCU, the Wanda or the Magneto, or where's like Mr. Fantastic? Where's the rest of the Fantastic Four? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, yeah, I think so. I think so.
I have a theory based off of the Illuminati that's in it.
Yeah.
Because we know, at least from the trailer, we're speculating that it's Professor X, at least Captain Carter.
Yep.
And
whoa,
who else is on there? I think the Captain Marvel is on.
Okay.
There, but I think the Professor X. My theory is the Professor X that we're going to see is the Professor X from because they're rebooting the
animated series. X-Men. Yeah. Because he has his chair. Right?
I think that's going to be him. I think that's why Marvel Studios is rebooting that specific X-Men series.
Yeah.
To kind of be like a companion to the MCU. And
say
like, okay, we're continuing off from here, and this Charles is from that universe. Right. That is a separate universe, but it's the same Charles from that cartoon is here.
Is in this animation.
It may not. If we're doing that though, then in this movie, do we see that Wanda was the reason why mutants aren't here right now? Because if X-Men 97 is going to be the continuation of the original X-Men show, that means the X-Men have been here for
a minute,
a while, or they were here at one point. Mm-hmm. And as far as we've seen for the last, 15 years in the MCU universe, we haven't seen any mutants anywhere.
Technically longer. I mean, if you want to go back to like
Iron Man,
2000,
because like that takes place in like Babylon times, and
oh right,
they
yeah,
didn't have anybody protecting them really.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
get up on that mic, buddy.
Oh yeah, it's just so hard because it's like so short. What was I gonna say? Yeah, it maybe they are gonna make Wanda the reason why. Or maybe Strange will be the reason why there's no mutants. Maybe there is a version of Strange that, I don't know,
eliminated
changed the multiverse or something, yeah, that got them taken out. Maybe they're going to flip the whole House of M-Day thing on its head and just have Strange be the one, or Wanda, like, accidentally does it or something. Or because I feel like House of M and M-Day, like, those are all, like, iconic storylines, but to make them actually happen in the MCU, I feel like they're going to do what they normally do, like switching who does it or how they do it or what exactly is happening.
Right.
Yeah, you can't go right off the book because then you would have to say that they had been here before.
That's why I think... Oh, sorry.
No, it's all good.
That's why I think they're kind of going to do a reversal. Like, at some point, a version of either Steven or... Wanda got rid of mutants, or at least blocked them off from being able to be noticed by everybody else, and then this will be like the reversal where now they're being brought in, or they're being revealed to us as already have been there.
Right.
Because what I thought originally was going to happen when Disney had even acquired Fox, what I thought was going to happen after Endgame was that because people blipped away and then got brought back, that was going to do something to people.
Yeah. Genetically.
People that would have made sense, too.
Back, which could still happen.
Yeah, it can. Because it's only been, a few years since the blip, which I hate that.
Well, I mean, if we're going off of the MCU timeline, then everybody just got brought back not too long ago.
Yeah.
But I guess, I don't know.
I was going to say...
It's been like a year or so in the timeline.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I think Wanda probably would be the best candidate to be like the base, the foundation for mutants. because she like has had the roughest, I think, existence so far in the MCU. To be honest with you, I think it's Bruce Banner. They could have did better, but it's all good. I think that her, like, at first starting out as like a anti-hero. I don't want to call her a villain because she thought she was doing the right thing at first. And then becoming a hero, rocking with the Avengers for a second, and then being the one that gets like typecasted as like the most reckless one, or the one can't control her shit. Like, they basically made her the villain in the heroes, like, which is crazy, but they did that in the writing and the way the government saw them. That led to civil war. And then, she gets kind of the tough end of the stick, the short end of the stick in Endgame or Infinity War. Then she still does her part in Endgame, still gets typecasted as a villain by the government, disappears into a town, changes the town. Now she's really kind of like falling into that villain role, but she's still good, It's all like very mutant-like adversity, where it's like you have this ability and you're judged based on it. Depending on how extreme your ability is, you might even get, judged even harshly because you look different, or your powers might be too destructive. And I feel like she can relate to them, like even her kids, like, she can relate like all that adversity to mutants.
So she's either gonna be, she can either be the cause of them not being in the MCU to this point,
right? Because
they were here before, and then she was the cause at one point,
and she might not have even known, because her powers she doesn't even know how strong she is.
Like, you have so many, even as a normal person, you have so many bad things happen to you.
Right.
You see so many people die, all these people you love die.
Right.
How much does that take? How much of a toll does that take on you?
Because she didn't even remember what she did at first to get vision, right?
Yeah, she didn't.
She blacked out. So, like, think about that. Like, she could have been like, I'm not letting any more children or any other people like me get harmed, and went into her mode with all the red energy and just, like, dove into Wanda all the way and changed the whole...
So would that mean that, like...
Because I don't feel like Doctor Strange has that much pull towards mutants. I feel like he's more in the sorcery realm, right? But I also don't think, as, like, him obviously being a privileged doctor and his stubbornness, like, I don't think he can relate like Wanda can relate to mutants directly in this MCU.
So the only thing with, like, because I know I even agreed to this theory, but the only thing with, like, Wanda being the reason why they were gone would be, like, so have they only been gone like 20 something years because of her age? Like,
right.
If she was the one to do it, like, would she would have to been like super powerful
to change the whole timeline.
And she was given her powers.
That too.
Yeah. She was already
a teen.
Yeah, older.
Could say that. Yeah.
So at that point, it would only be like what, 7-8 years.
Yeah.
A time frame where she would have done it.
But they say she was given her powers, right? But was she really given her powers? I don't know if we've ever really like got, because in WandaVision, Agatha was like, you don't even really know, like, you don't really know.
Just, like, foretold that she would be
no matter what.
Yeah.
So it's like maybe it enhanced her powers or her mutant ability, like it unlocked it, because they say with mutants something traumatic has to happen for your ability to show when you're growing up.
Yeah.
Or does, because we've seen in Loki, Kang makes everything happen the way he wants. He's made everything happen the way he wants.
It's a brother, by the way. Let me just add that. By the way, just let me just say that right now. Like, yeah, I know a lot of people probably were not happy. At the end of time, it was a brother, but you know.
What do you mean he's been controlling me this whole time?
Yeah. So you saying I'm black?
People are breaking the TV.
Hella mad.
I'm never watching this shit again. so okay, here. So we saw in Loki, Kang is controlled everything. So he says to this point. So maybe he has blocked them out, or made taking the powers from them or whatever the case is.
Sent them on a different timeline.
Yeah, they're just non-existent. And then because Wanda's had all of these emotional breaks that happened in her life, Vision dying like 3 times, her seeing his body there, losing both of her kids, and then whatever happens in this movie, maybe she just kind of just loses it, sends out all this power, and then brings.
In the movie, she was in the movie. They both are highlighted in saying they were having dreams. So
I don't know. So I don't know where. I don't know how they bring mutants in. I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, why has Reed Richards been sitting around
in the
New York
Illuminati
City
chair?
Yeah. Like, has he been around this whole time? Is this a Reed Richards from it? Because we've already know that from No Way Home that not every person in the MCU is in other universes. Like, the other 2 Peters didn't have a Captain America or any of the Avengers. No Tony Stark.
And MCU doesn't have a Dr. Octopus or Norman Osborn.
Why is that, by the way? Is that just because of the MCU, or is that was that an actual reference to multiversal things?
I mean, it could have just been maybe they I'm pretty sure at some point since they introduced Spider-Man in Civil War, they could have been like, okay, where is Dr. Octopus going to be, or like who's he going to be? But I think they just decided to go with the route of we don't need to have one. It's a multiverse. Like, things are obviously already different than what the comic books are,
right?
So that it doesn't need to follow it tit for tat, And
and I guess they could be there, just not anything important.
They could be Doc Ock could be Otto Octavius could be working at a library or something as like a librarian.
Which that'd be awesome if they did that. Like, just showed them, just like during a fight scene or something. Like, shh. Just like him shush.
Yeah, it could have been. They could be doing anything, or maybe they weren't born at that time. Maybe they were born 200 years earlier or something.
Right. Do you think they're gonna bring Captain America back? Isn't Chris Evans? He's coming back, right? I seen at first he wasn't. And then he decided to come back. And so my question, and this is a theory I have, they're gonna go back in time at some point with these movies or a series or something, and they're gonna show Captain America what he did when he went back. Because in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, he's been around, like he was around. But I noticed in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier when Anthony Mackie's like having his simp moment, trying to figure out himself, like, bruh, step up. And he's like looking at Captain America, he had a different kind of uniform on. It was like the older uniform. It wasn't like the new, like the Avengers look. It was like
his World War II one?
Yeah. It was like the blue, the red, everything looked different. It's still Captain America, but it looked retro. So I
gotta go back and watch that.
And then, like Hank Pym, he was a part of like the Avengers, right? Ant-Man,
in the comics,
the original, and Captain America, right?
Well, in the comics, Captain America wasn't like an original. I think he came in like a few issues later.
Okay. But he was around, like in the retro Avengers, right?
Yeah.
And then, what's his name? Lawrence Fishburne. His character was a hero.
Yeah.
Right? And they kind of hinted that at Ant-Man, the second Ant-Man, right? And like, I mean, they already have the technology to put a young face on an old body or put like someone else's face on a body to make it look like, I feel like they're going to do that.
I mean, I guess they could if they wanted to do like a flashback scene or something. Like,
no, like the movie, bro, because they did it with Captain Marvel.
I don't think they'll do a whole movie with like old school Avengers or anything like that.
They might.
I mean, that could be something cool for like a different multiverse they could visit, where like the Avengers happened 40 years prior, you know. and they could have a young Hank Pym, and they could have Goliath be on the team or somebody, or like they already had Janet, Hank. I mean, it'd be a team of just shrinking and growing people, but like, I mean, if they did, yeah, I guess they could do that either as like a what if episode or like a.
I'm just thinking because like if they brought Chris Evans back, you know, in Endgame they already show he aged in this timeline we're in right now.
Yeah.
And they show Anthony Mackie becoming Captain America currently. But if he's coming back, Chris Evans is coming back, how does that fit without stepping on the plans you already made now? Unless you're just going to have two Captain Americas, which
run them both.
Could happen, right? Yeah.
I don't think he's coming back, though.
I think if he comes back, I don't know if it'll be full time.
Right.
Like, he's signing on for like 6 movies or something.
Mm-hmm.
But
I think it'll probably be like a case by case, like type of thing. Like,
I wouldn't be mad at him coming back if they do like another. Well, I guess now it would be Captain America and Winter Soldier, like in a second season. But if they brought him back in there somehow, I wouldn't be mad at that.
Mm-hmm.
But he's on the moon, I guess.
That's what they say.
That's what they say. I don't know. Yeah,
Is that like an Easter egg?
I guess when in the comics he did lose he became old and he lost his powers, but he became like leader of like became the guy in the chair pretty much. And I think their base was on the moon at that point. I think that was like the New Avengers or something. But yeah, they had a base on the moon, so maybe that's just like an Easter egg to that.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I don't think they would do that in the movie though.
No, yeah,
they made it seem like at the end of Endgame they made it seem so much that he wanted to just.
He's at peace.
Yeah, he just wanted to rest.
And that's why I was like, okay, if they don't bring him back after, right? Then the only logical writing I could think is before, or like what happened when he went back and what he lived through to get to that point. Because also in Captain America and the Winter Soldier, he's like, damn, like they did that brother, that soldier, super soldier like that. No way Cap knew about that. He's like, nah, he knew. So like, what if they play on that and show like some of the racial dynamics that we all know happened, and you know we see Captain America struggling with that, or like
I wouldn't be mad at that kind of a show.
Yeah, a show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially since they're saying that like Moon Knight doesn't really have like a
like
piece,
a tie-in.
Yeah, a tie-in to what's really going on right now. Like if you are like we said with Peacemaker in the DC stuff, how it doesn't really tie into any of that stuff.
Right.
I'd be okay with just like a standalone series of you showing us each episode is him going back to drop off each stone at a different place wherever it's supposed to be, and then
that could lead to a bunch of characters being introduced as well. That way,
it doesn't, and then you do that. It doesn't have to. You don't have to worry about where does Chris Evans fit into the future of it because you're just telling us what happened before. It does introduce some new characters that possibly show up in different movies or shows later on.
Does it? I like the concept of it, but does that even make a show? Because they said he has to return to the exact moment that they were taken.
Right.
So does that mean that he has to show up right where, like, for example, Professor Hulk and the Ancient One were? And be like,
here it is,
as he like Bruce is like leaving that time,
and he's bringing it
and
back.
he's just like boom, like right then and there. Or does it mean he can get to, you know, the Battle of New York and like kind of wander around
and just drop it somewhere,
and then just kind of make his way up to the building or something?
You know, that's also interesting because like, what if it is that way, and he's just like hiding Infinity Stones in these places? So like, you know how in the TVA there were just Infinity Stones in these drawers, right? Like, you know, if he puts those Infinity Stones just anywhere, it leaves room for like currently for people to find them.
Yeah.
Like if he just put it in a dumpster and it gets tossed in the dump and then it goes through like a series of phases and it just ends up in some kid's hands.
Because I mean, at that point, with the like you mentioned, like they're just sitting there,
right? And they're in the right timeline.
Well, I mean, they're not in the timeline because they're in the TVA, and that's outside of time. So technically, those universes that don't have those fell into chaos at some point wherever those were taken.
Right.
If we're going by the rules of like MCU.
Time and shit, yeah.
So yeah, those are alternate universes that had their time stones taken and then drifted off into God knows what.
Right.
So that could be even something that we could see in like a what if or something.
Or in the next Loki.
Yeah.
Which is coming on 2023.
Yeah.
Jeez.
They already start filming.
It'll be old. That's crazy. Yeah.
Fuck it.
But yeah.
I don't know. I'm just excited for this week. I don't know what's gonna happen.
I'm always
tickets
excited.
Already?
I do.
Where are you gonna go?
I think Union City.
Oh, okay.
If I remember correctly.
There you go.
I try to either go there or to the one over here.
Mm-hmm.
What time is your showing so people can meet you there?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, if you guys want to meet me there.
What theater number?
Let's see if I have my tickets.
I was thinking about why did I ask you where exactly? I feel bad.
It is.
He's actually not going to that one, just so you guys know. Going to Crow Canyon.
No, he's gonna be there, and he's gonna tell you what time he's gonna be there too.
7. Actually, I don't know which theater. I gotta look for the email.
What time is it so people can?
7:55.
Okay.
All I did was take a screenshot of the QR code, and all I see is the time, but I don't see what theater.
Don't tell him. Don't tell him.
Is that Thursday?
You creeps.
No, it's Friday.
Oh.
Yeah, to do Thursday or Friday because Danny has school on Thursdays.
I'm waiting to. For some reason, the movie theater by my house started doing showings of No Way Home the Wednesday before it came out. Yeah.
That's cool. Hopefully that happens with the.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Because then I might be able to. Zara, my daughter started school this past week.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Hey. It's like a pre-K thing.
Yeah. Wow.
She hates it.
For sure.
But it's going to be good for her. But if I can get off early enough, I can drop her off at school.
And then go check the movie.
She's at school for 3 hours from 12 to 3. So if I can find something that works right there.
Yep.
I'm in there.
Yeah.
Wednesday, Thursday, I might have to pull it off.
It's lit.
As long as nobody from my work listens to this.
Also, pro tip for anybody going to the movies.
Yep.
If you're buying your tickets online, don't buy general admission. Buy the senior tickets. They're a lot cheaper.
What?
Yeah.
You could do that?
Yeah. I've been doing it for like the past 10 years.
This guy, man.
I was always scared to do it because I was like,
yeah, what do I do after?
I'm old, but I'm not
that old.
Visibly that old.
Yeah.
And I was worried about them. But then after you told me you were doing that, I thought about like how much most of those people hate being there in the first place.
Yeah.
And
they don't give a shit.
They're not gonna fight you unless you hit a manager.
Yeah.
Like,
but even then, it's like I'm still paying to get into the movie. You guys are still getting my money. You're just not getting an extra $2 out of me.
Yeah.
That's actually really good advice, dude.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that. Cause sometimes like more than $2 of a difference, like
how much should I pay?
Especially for this movie, probably.
Yeah, I heard some theaters are gonna start charging more for certain movies.
Like $20-$30 a ticket.
Like this is $25 for 2 senior tickets.
Yeah. See, it would have been like almost. It would have been almost like $40, probably
last
$50.
Time me and Ferriel went, we caught a matinee show and it was $30 for the both of us.
Yep. Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah, just go online, buy your tickets there, and
senior discount. Here I come. Yeah. I'm about to do that with everything now.
If it's a manager that tries to stop you, just look at him in the eyes and say, "Listen, you don't get paid enough to fight this, and I don't have the patience to deal with this. So just let me go."
Yeah.
And if they try to stop you,
then just let them stop you.
Yeah, or swing.
When you turn around,
don't swing at it.
Turn around like you're about to leave the theater, and then
Turn around and smack it.
when he least expects it, turn
Knock
back
him
around
out.
and run into the theater.
Yeah, oh, there you go. That's better
Do a little
advice.
juke on him.
If you're with somebody else, you guys split up. You guys
Yep.
meet back in the theater.
Drop your popcorn on the ground as a distraction.
Yep.
Yeah.
Throw it at him and run.
Yeah.
Oh,
Popcorn bucket's on his head. He's
Oh, there you go.
"Whoa,
Just put it
I
on
can't
top of his
see."
When
head.
his popcorn,
Oh.
when the popcorn bucket gets on his head, then spin him around.
Yeah, a couple times.
Yeah.
Disorient him.
Yeah.
Yep, and then you just run.
Yeah. But before you run, don't forget to empty his pockets.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I was gonna say is the other day I was our movie theater is at the mall by my house, and we were going. There's also a Target there, so we were going to Target. And I was driving past the movie theaters, and I see this guy just sitting outside of the exit doors, but he's on his phone. So I thought like, oh, you just had to take this phone call, so he stepped out, and then all of a sudden I see that door pop open. He puts the phone in his pocket and he runs in. I was like, oh, they're still doing it.
Oh, dang. Yep. Yep.
It's like I haven't seen anybody do that for a
Classic.
really
I
long
always assume that those are. I mean, they're exit doors, so I guess it wouldn't be.
time. You got to get out there.
Yeah, as long as it's not an
Mhm.
emergency exit.
Yeah.
Classic.
I never did it, but I always wanted to.
That's like the one at Union City.
Oh, Union City, they used to do it
That's
all the
too
time.
easy.
Yeah,
Union City's too easy.
I used to, because I went to Logan,
yeah.
so I had to hear stories about it all the time. Like, we all went to the movies on Friday after school. It's like, oh, you guys couldn't even afford lunch this week. Like, how the hell did you guys all get in? Oh, what's his name? Bought a ticket, and then he just came and opened the door. Yeah. So now the theater says that one person's supposed to be in here, and there's like 15.
Yep, that's how it goes. Like as if like they don't know.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
Kids,
now, it's a
man.
little bit harder to, I guess, sneak into theaters because everything is like reserved seating now.
Mhm.
So it's like
You
get,
just don't know what you're going into.
Yeah, you get that person like, hey, that's my seat.
Can you hear that?
I did that time.
I keep hitting my. If you guys don't know, I keep hitting the brim of my cap on the mic. Sorry.
But yeah, I've got nothing for this.
Do you think someone's gonna die?
Oh,
I think people will die, but I think there'll be variants.
Ah,
I
that's
feel
like a
they-
cheat
They're
code.
gonna go the
Cop
safe
out.
route.
That is a cheat code. I think somebody might die, man.
I don't know. I don't know who.
I mean, there's only like the main characters of Strange, Wong.
I think Wong might die.
Wanda.
I think Wong might die. To be real with you.
It does look like he's gonna die in the trailer.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming that's a variant.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
I mean, he's too likable of a character.
But that's the thing. Yeah. Also, and like this is kind of like the side of me that like it's like when you see something you kind of can't unsee it, right?
Yeah.
I know that there are just so many factors in a movie.
Mm.
Like maybe a little bit because I got inside information from working in the field I work in, but also just like observation, right? Like anybody can see how
You watch a horror movie, and then when the music gets intense, you know something.
well, yeah, that, but also I'm talking about more so like even beforehand. Like I'm talking about like from the reality standpoint is like that actor is good.
Yeah.
He's already been on Shang-Chi, right? He's a very likable character and he's a good actor.
Yeah.
Can they afford him at where they're paying him at right now?
True.
Right? That's the kicker with I think film and TV is like it could not make any sense and it could be the worst thing that they did writing wise, but also it could be financially that they can't afford them anymore.
Mm.
Like for real. Even if it's Marvel, like you just never know with these
'cause
things.
you have to think like going into this. Yes, he's likable.
Right.
Everybody loves him, but is what we're gonna have to pay him if this keeps going worth keeping him?
Cause he be crushing it. Like he only has so many lines, but like in every cameo he's in, he's just like a very likable character.
He's really only had cameos if you really think about it. Besides being in Doctor
in the
Strange,
first movie, yeah.
everything
And
else has been just
look how far that's gotten him.
Yeah.
Right. So like, imagine where this movie's gonna get him, and you just that's the thing with the movies. It's like it's business too. It's the business side of it. You got to kind of as
like
a
the main characters, they're always going to try to fight to keep them
to
around.
keep him around.
And you can't recast Wong.
No,
So
it's either he's here or not.
Yeah,
you know.
And I guess it depends too on like how long his contract is for.
Exactly.
And stuff like that. But I mean, I'd love to see him just stick around forever, especially because he does just do like cameo parts for the most part.
Yeah.
But especially in this spiritual kind of realm that they're in.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind him just kind of somehow always. It's like the dude from from Cheers. It's in all the Pixar movies.
Mm.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't mind if Wong is just in some small piece of every. Like,
or what's his name? The Agent Coulson.
Oh yeah.
They and I don't really even know what happened to him. They totally just like somewhat writ him off, right? Like there was a situation where he died, but then he came back, right?
On the show.
In the show, and then the show kind of went to shit.
Yeah.
But like that's like if I had to compare a character to another character that like an audience embraces, that's like Wong right now. There's not an Agent Coulson, whatever. There's not that right now necessarily, right? So he's kind of like that. Like he's a motivating factor. He's funny, like comedic relief, and plays an important role, but it's kind of a minimal role, but it is very important. Like,
yeah,
that's just one of those things where it's like, I think he might get to be on the chopping block.
Well, we'll see this Friday when Doctor Strange Into the Multiverse of Madness comes out, and at least one of us will go see it. Are you going to go see it Friday?
Yeah, I'm going to try to. I was going to ask you guys have any bold predictions before like we get off, like for the movie?
Oh, yeah.
Bold predictions. I definitely think we're going to get some universe-changing... Something universe-changing is going to happen by the end of the movie. In terms of... Is that going to be mutants coming in, or are we going to get these characters that we've only seen in other series of movies? Maybe. I think we're going to get more or less like a brand new... Maybe like a brand new status quo for Strange. Maybe he'll become the Sorcerer Supreme this time. And that'll open up a whole nother gate of maybe Dormammu coming back. Or even we'll maybe get Mephisto. Right. That could work.
Kang's coming.
So yeah, I think we're going to get some sort of big universe-changing result.
Yeah. I might have to go against what I said earlier about this being like an Avengers style or type movie and say that they solve whatever they're trying to solve in this movie with Doctor Strange and Wanda, but it opens up a door to an even greater villain that nobody expected at the end, and then that possibly leads to like an Avengers style movie.
Yeah,
we'll see.
I saw that Kevin Feige says that Doctor Strange, Benedict Cumberbatch, right? I try not to get people's names wrong. Is a huge pillar in the next phase. So
we don't know. Might be right.
We could all be right.
No.
It's a multiverse. Anything can happen. Maybe we get a little bit of everything.
I think my bold prediction is that Tobey Maguire makes an appearance.
Oh, yeah, I did hear that he's
gonna be in it.
He might be in it.
Not the way people think. I don't think he's gonna die, but I think he'll be in it for sure.
Yeah, that'd be fucked up to just bring him back and kill him.
Yeah.
It would have to be.
He got stabbed in.
It would have to be a variant of that Tobey Maguire.
Oh, great.
It's Bully Maguire.
Yeah, maybe it's that one.
Yeah, right.
Okay, that one.
That would be okay.
Kill that
You
one.
just walk in and then all of a sudden just slice in half.
Yeah. I think Deadpool will appear in this movie.
I heard that rumor too.
Those are my predictions: Spider-Man and Deadpool.
Okay, if Deadpool shows up in this movie, does he do like the classic like break to the fourth wall like mid movie when he shows up,
I
or
think
is he just like another normal character here?
if he does show up, I think there's going to be like a post-credit thing.
Okay.
Like something's going to be left open in like a multiverse or something, and you just kind of see him like step through, and he just like, oh, what's this? And he just like talks to the audience or something, and then everyone loses their fucking marbles. Yeah, because he doesn't fit in within like the whole rest of the film, so he has to be like a post-credit scene or something.
Mm.
Or like, well, yeah, I was gonna say, or he like they enter his multiverse.
Oh
he
yeah,
narrates it. Like, I know you might be wondering what just happened to you.
He might be mid movie somewhere in there, because there's not gonna be a Marvel project without like some comedy in there somewhere. So,
but I feel like they can fit the light comedy in
yeah,
within like the rest of the story without, because if he comes in, then that's all people are going to talk about. They're not, especially mid film.
I'm not mad at the end credit scene.
Yeah, like mid film, he comes in, I want to be like, all right, what's Deadpool up to? Like, I'm done with Strange. Yeah,
right, because you're like, yeah. Sorry. Is this gonna set up for Love and Thunder?
Probably not.
Yeah,
I think so. Moon Knight will probably, once we see Love and Thunder, I think Moon Knight will probably be closer to like what Love and Thunder is probably going to be about.
I just wonder, like, is Jane Foster a variant, or is this actually the comic Jane with cancer?
I think they're going the cancer route.
Right. I'm wondering that though. Like, could it be a
I think I read that it was like official.
Oh,
that
okay.
They said they're going to go with the cancer.
That's gonna be sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, because in the I think in the comics, every time she becomes Thor, it takes more out of her, doesn't it?
Yeah, because it burns out like the chemo that she's doing.
Yeah. So it's killing her faster, as every time she becomes Thor.
Yeah.
So I can't. Yeah, it's not gonna end well at all. But we'll talk about that on the Love and Thunder episode.
Yeah.
All right, you guys.
All right, guys. Thanks for
having
around
me
with us. Rob, thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
We appreciate
it's always
you.
Fun. Yeah, for real. I always have fun with you guys. You guys are doing a great job. Keep it up.
Thank you.
We'll try our best.
And we want you guys at home to let us know how you like this episode. Give us the house explosion or Paul Walker.
Yeah.
That
wasn't loud enough.
Blow that shit up.
That wasn't loud enough. What the hell?
Blow that shit up. Yeah. Hell yeah. Blow it one more time. One more time.
Yeah, let's take this shit to 9.
Throw that shit up.
Hell yeah. Let us know, everybody, because if it's not this, I
said forget about it, cuz.
Oh, man.
But, yeah, thank you guys for listening this week. Thanks for listening last week and the weeks before. Hopefully you guys come back again next week.
Remember to
give us that rating on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts,
anywhere that you can rate us.
Yeah. Share it if you know somebody that's into Marvel or just comic books in general. Shoot this over to them. Let them know what it's about. Tell them to give it a listen. And yeah, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
We'll talk to you guys next week.
Bye.
Peace.